Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. I am so honored to have you here. It's Coach Daleen, and I am an empowerment and business mentor for service providers, owning your own business. I love business. And thank you, Marina, for having me on the show. It's so great to talk to you today.
Actually, Daleen, I could say, and I will say, thank you for having me. This is your show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Radio Works World with the amazing Daleen. Over to you, Daleen.
Well, hello. So I am just so glad that you're here listening. And I'm a one passionate lady. And I just love really inspiring others to really go after their dreams and to listen to their heart and to trust and, to really move forward and do what you want to do. I think that's one of my principles that I really go by is that you really need to love what you're doing. And it just, then you never work another day in your life, which I feel is something exactly what my path has been. Definitely, I am here today because of my life experience. It's really brought me to this place where I am now really just, I trusted and listened to my intuition, and now I get to do what I love and helping other women entrepreneurs do what they love.
So, Daleen, tell me what brought you where you are right now? What has happened in your life that made you think, you know what? I had enough of not being me. It is my time. And I am here for a reason, for a great reason, for the best of reasons. And unless I deliver myself, my best version, the golden version of myself, is no way I'm going to enjoy this life. I want to live my life with purpose. What brought you here? What is that moment, that dark moment that made you who you are?
All right. So one of my things that I've hated the most about myself, but now being where I am, I realize it's one of my greatest gifts. It's that I'm extremely emotional and empathetic and passionate. And I literally live my life with my emotions on my sleeve. But what brought me here today, basically my childhood was really extraordinary, and had great parents, and I met the man of my dreams, and we had our first son, and everything was just great. And then when we were pregnant with our second son, I was 30 weeks pregnant, and I found out that he would be born with Down syndrome. So for me, this is definitely, how we all have pivotal moments, transformations that you expect your life going on one path, and in fact it totally went on a whole new path. And now at first I was devastated. This was probably definitely the most challenging event that has ever happened to me. And when I was in it, in that time frame, he was born perfectly, but with a lot of health issues. And so I had to learn to be strong and learn to advocate for him. And I became very depressed during this time because he was so sick, and it also put so much strain on my marriage. So Dale, my husband Dale, and I, it was very strained and very, very hard for probably 2 or 3 years, actually, to be completely honest. But what he's taught me is not, and I'm emotional, I'm going to cry here. No, what he has taught me, though, is that I'm stronger than I think. And then what happened is I got into network marketing for 10 years, actually, which gave me the foundation and the courage to start my coaching business, to be honest. I believe every life event is a stepping stone, helping you to get further aligned and into your purpose. So now as I reflect, I call them life lessons, like blessings. It was a struggle, but underneath that, there was so many valuable lessons and blessings that got me where I am today. And when I was doing my network marketing, I was very successful. I was the top 20 of Canada, my last 2 years of business, and got to travel all over the world. But in fact, on March 5th, 2013, I feel like I had a calling, a message. Like I was getting ready for the morning, my routine, and just this feeling came over me, and it was so strong. I had to get out my journal. I'm an avid journaler, and I just wrote, whatever I was feeling. And when I came kind of out of that whatever that was, it was like tears strolled down my face, and it was so profound. It was just basically, your life experience has served you well, and you're ready. You're strong enough. You've been through so much. You can help others to love themselves and to really get into this place where sometimes we look at events negatively. But for me, I think one of my gifts and how I can help people the most is by, let's look for the blessings. Let's look at, instead of looking at the negative, let's look at the positive. How has this helped you? And as I reflect, this is definitely, I feel, one of the threads between all this life experience is just what a blessing. Like, how lucky am I to have had this experience? And so, yeah. And
so Daleen, just let me understand, because I want our listeners to hear this very clearly from you. So
absolutely.
One morning you wake up, any other morning could be, but you wake up on that particular morning in 2013. It was spring, and you're in the same surroundings. Nothing major happened. You just been struck by the light, and you had the need to write down what is that you had inside and you did not know.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I just had this, it just all
Eureka.
flowed out.
You had the Eureka moment. This is what it is?
Yes, I had it was a transformational moment where I knew my life was changing. And for 6 months, I tried to make that go away. And what happened, serendipity maybe, is life coaching kept coming up. And I didn't even know what a life coach was when I enrolled in my coach training. I went to Erickson International to be a certified life coach. But I just trusted, and I knew, and I know it sounded crazy that when I told my husband that I was going to go back to school, he kind of, really, he says, but I said, I just need to do it. I just know. And it's just this strong feeling in my heart. And so I call it the leap, like the leap of faith. And so it's just been so transformational, just knowing this information. And in fact, I encouraged my husband to quit his job. And so we're both entrepreneurs, and we're both doing what we love, which is just so extraordinary in this day and age. And so that's part of my passion too. I love helping entrepreneurs to really align, because when you are doing what you love, you never work another day. It's like there's a difference in value, in what you value, right? Like, so many people put money up on this pedestal, and they work so hard for money, and then, to buy this and to buy that, but then they never get time to actually be present and enjoy all the little things of life.
I think what you are saying, Daleen, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that everybody is buying everything that's around them, but very few people have the courage to take a leap of faith and buy into themselves and see who they are. And unless you do that for yourself, unless you go through that transformational change process, and unless you allow others to be contaminated like you did with your husband, so it's contagious. So he got the bug, and he started following his life purpose. And it's life purpose. I was thinking since yesterday about this, since we had another great host from the Netherlands, and she was saying that you have to follow your life purpose. And I'm thinking, Well, actually, you can't escape your life purpose. And it just happened that at some point during the conversations we were having, she said it. So while I was thinking, she said it. So I thought, because this is what happened to me, Daleen, you know, I had no idea what coaching is. I had absolutely no clue that there is such thing that you could speak your heart out and get paid. I had no clue. And I was living a very transactional world. I was buying and selling houses. And when I retired, I realized that, yes, I have everything I ever worked for and I ever dreamed for, but it wasn't my dream. It was what was expected of me. It was the dream that my parents dream for me. It was what everybody around me was doing. It wasn't my dream. And I felt empty. I felt that I'm left with nothing. Yes, there is this and that. I don't know, money in a bank, houses, whatever. But who was that?
Yeah.
So I had that Eureka moment when I had absolutely nobody to share with my dream. And I had no idea, like yourself, that there is such thing like having a job as a coach, because I thought coaches are only for athletes. But why are we different than athletes? If we want to champion our life, if you want to win the every single time we have a dream and go to that podium, it's not about losing, because nobody loses. It's all about learning or winning. But if we want to learn or win or learn till we win, why are we any different than athletes? Why don't we need a coach? How can you do it by yourself? You can't, because you have no one to tell you, look, you have to move that way, 2 inches that way to win the gold at the Olympics. So it's exactly the same. So I so agree with what you said, that you need to start fresh, forget everything you knew and learn again and reinvent yourself and listen to your heart and understand what is important to you and how can you make the difference and the fortune. Because of course you don't want to make the difference and starve or become homeless, but that's why you need a coach. That's why you need to go through the process. It's a process, like you said. But once you are there, what a feeling. What a feeling when you can't help it. When you see people turning their lives around and being happy and discovering the happiness is not something you chase, it's something you have already. And it's so much that you have to share it and it's contagious. Wow, that's the feeling. Over
Yes.
to you, Daleen. I so love your enthusiasm, your energy. I just wonder what's next, what's happening right now, and we could be part of it. What you have right now that our listeners could benefit from, where they can find you, what's happening?
I love it. I love your energy. Before I go into that, I just want to say, like, I am so passionate about being the advocate and the cheerleader and helping people to believe that this can be a reality. Because I don't know about if you found this, but when we were making this transformational move, where both of us were leaping, we were criticized. We had so many people telling us that's not safe, don't quit your safe and secure job, why would you do that, what are you guys okay, what are you guys doing? Like, it was insane. And I know these people were family and friends and they really cared about us, but people are so scared to make a change. And I think it comes down from where we get scared of uncertainty. Like, we like to feel that we're in control and you know, we've got that certainty. But I just don't think, I think that's a false hope. Like, I don't think that we're ever extremely like secure, because life happens, right? Life events happen. And so don't be afraid to do something different. You know, it's okay. You're going to be okay. You always have the resources within, and so we don't trust our internal instinct. But so I just wanted to share that like it's you know, you can do it. What's next for me? I've just recently launched a membership site, which I'm so super excited about. It's called Business Gems. And my next passion project that I'm working on is I'm creating a program called Selling with Confidence. And I'm working with the ladies in my membership site with it right now and kind of getting it all, you know, it's always evolving and growing. But because one of the things that I struggled with the most, like I've had experience in sales, and selling a product was easy peasy. You know, there's no emotion to it. It's a product. However, when I started to become a coach, the hardest thing for me was getting out of my own way and to be confident, because it's like, because somewhat you're sort of the product, right? So there's so much with self-worth, and success mindset is so extremely important to, you know, be able to break through all your money beliefs. And it's incredible how that can hold somebody back. So I just love helping people to kind of break through that and just own it. Be confident. Love what you do. Be proud. Don't be ashamed to sell. Selling is serving, but I see so many people, they'll tell me, I don't want to be salesy, or, you know, I don't want to be this way, or they'll put their value on, like, for example, some of my clients will say, well, I can't do that because I haven't achieved this. And so, or when I make, say, for example, $10,000 a month, then I'm good enough to sell, or whatever, right? And so just helping people through that, because your value is how you, what you expect. So people will always mirror you and match you. So if you don't have clients, it's probably because it's a confidence issue. So that's my passion piece, and what I'm super excited about just moving forward with right now. Just pumped.
Daleen, I so love your journey, because you're brave and courageous and so extraordinary to contaminate so many people around you. And I think that's exactly what this world needs. People like yourself who could say yes to themselves, invest in themselves, and see what's happening next without knowing where they're going. You're just enjoying the journey. That trade you made is the best trade of your time in this life. You trade the race for the journey, and wherever you are going is going to be so much light and so much abundance that you'll never look back. And that's a fact, because one simple thing, in one moment when you had that Eureka moment, when the light struck you, you had the courage to say yes to yourself. It's not about the others, it's not about you, it's about all of us. Because unless you say yes to yourself, you cannot feel your authentic self. You cannot become who you are designed to be. You cannot grow into the person you need to be in order to deliver your own passion. And yes, I agree with you. It is not about selling. It's about opening the gates into this different dimension where you understand your power and you light a candle from another candle. So there's no limit to all of that.
Yeah.
And this is what you do. You are saying yes to yourself, and you are helping others saying yes to themselves, because unless they buy into their own passion, who is going to buy it? Who is going to benefit? Until next time, and I so hope you'll be back, Daleen, because I just love your mission, your enthusiasm, your energy. Everything you are about is screaming excellence. And until next time, from both of us, is goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.